Today we're going to talk about how to enter an air sortie into WMIRS. This is a very straightforward process, but some newer members may be confused about what is required and what the questions are really asking. If, after watching this video, you have any further questions, please contact your squadron's emergency services officer, squadron operations officer, or squadron commander. We will assume that you know how to log in and navigate to WMIRS. So let's take a look at an air sortie. Right now, we're looking at the front page of WMIRS. This is where missions for your wing and sometimes region are located. Use the mission name to help determine what mission you should be flying under. As always, if you have any questions, please contact a local representative. For this example, we will be creating a sortie under mission 25-T, as in Tango, -5146. Joint Training Exercise, JTRAX, Ground Pounders 2. To get started, click on the number in the air column. The number corresponds to the number of air sorties that have already been input or completed for the mission. The next screen shows either all the sorties for the mission or the sorties for that day. We are going to create a new sortie, so click on the Add Powered Sortie button in the upper left corner of the page. Now we're looking at the Air Sortie Add page. There is a lot of information on this page, so we're going to go through it slowly. Starting at the top, sortie number. Leave at new sortie. Tracking number is normally not used unless you were told to put a tracking number in. The sortie type. Use the drop-down menu to select the sortie type that matches what you're going to be doing. If you're doing SAR training for a new specialty, such as mission pilot, mission observer, airborne photographer, etc., then select SAR training. If you're headed to a SAR-X, select travel to from mission. Sortie date. The date you plan to fly. Note that the system defaults to Zulu time, however, you may select your local time zone if you wish. Departure airport. The 4-letter identifier of the airport you are going to depart from. For example, KMGW. ETD, your estimated time of departure. Again, make sure you're entering your time in Zulu time unless you have changed your preference to the local time zone. Destination airport. The 4-letter identifier of the airport at which you're going to land. ETA, your estimated time of arrival, making sure, again, to input the correct time zone. Tail number, the N number of the aircraft you are going to be flying. This is not the CAP number. As you start typing, the list of tail numbers will pop up. Select the correct tail number, then hit Tab. All the other fields, such as aircraft type, TAS, etc., will be filled in automatically. Crew contact. Please provide a phone number and/or email address in this field. When you have all information filled in, click Add Sortie at the bottom of the page. After clicking Add Sortie, a box will appear asking for the pilot and crew. If you are not already signed into the mission, you will have to do that by selecting Sign In New Person in the drop-down menu, then selecting their CAP ID or name on the next screen. Enter the mission observer, mission scanner, and any other passengers in the same way. Once that is done, ensure you hit the Update button at the bottom of the screen. This saves your work and should be done often as you're putting in your sortie. Now, it's time to complete your Operational Risk Management Questionnaire, also known as ORM. Click the ORM link next to the Update button at the bottom of the page. A new tab will open and the ORM questionnaire will appear. Fill out the fields as required. Note any temperature or wind forecasts are for your destination airport at the time of your arrival, unless otherwise noted. After you have completed the questionnaire, click Submit at the bottom of the page. Once you receive a message that the survey has been saved successfully, you can close the tab and notice that you will now have a low, medium, or high beside the ORM hyperlink in the Add Sortie page. Next, we need to brief the sortie. Click the Brief Sortie button on the bottom of the page. This is where you're going to describe what you are going to accomplish while flying. It's not concrete, but needs to give a good representation of what you plan to accomplish. Starting at the top, sortie number and tracking number are carried over from the sortie info page. Do not modify them. Area of operations, this can be a grid location, for example LUK 77 Alpha, or a geographical area, such as northern or north central West Virginia. Be concise about where you're going to be flying. Departure airport and destination airport, these are carried over from the sortie information page. Do not modify them. Base telephone, input the mission base telephone number. If there is no formal mission base, then enter your cell phone number. Base call sign, input the mission base call sign, for example Skyline 800. If there is no formal mission base, then enter the CAP number of the aircraft, for example CAP 4777. Base frequency, input the mission base primary VHF frequency, for example Air 1P. If there is no formal mission base, then enter the standard frequency all aircraft monitor. In West Virginia, all aircraft monitor Air 1P when not on an actual mission sortie. Air to ground and air to air frequencies. Input the air to ground and air to air frequency, for example Air 1P. If there is no formal mission base, then enter the standard frequency all aircraft monitor. Again, that's Air 1P. Required checks and contacts. If on a mission sortie, enter when you need to check in with mission base. Otherwise, put NA. Other aircraft in area. If there are any other CAP aircraft in the area, put their CAP call sign here. Otherwise, put none. Ground teams. Again, if there are any CAP ground teams in the area, put their call sign here. Otherwise, put none. Sortie objectives. What are you going to do on this sortie? Write enough that someone from outside the organization could determine what you are doing. For example, search for visual target in grid LUK 77 Alpha using parallel line search with 1/2 mile spacing and east-west tracks. If not on a mission sortie, explain what you are doing, such as relocate aircraft to maintenance facility for 100-hour or annual inspection. Sortie deliverables. What are you going to deliver to CAP when you've completed your objectives? For example, photographs of visual target. If not on a mission sortie, put what's going to happen, such as aircraft and crew safely at Kilo Bravo Kilo Whiskey, or KBKW. Action to be taken on objectives and deliverables. What are you going to do when you've accomplished your objectives? For example, report targets to mission base. If not on a mission sortie, since you need to report to your FRO that you have completed your sortie, put notify FRO. Route of flight, the route you're going to take to complete your objectives. Altitude assignment and restrictions. If you're on a mission sortie and are given altitude restrictions, put them here. Otherwise, put none or NA. Airspeed expected and restrictions. If you're on a mission sortie and are given airspeed restrictions, put them here. Otherwise, put none or NA. Remember that most search patterns are done at 90 knots indicated airspeed. Aircraft separation, adjoining areas. If you're on a mission sortie and are given this information, put it here. Otherwise, put none. Emergency or alternate fields. Put airports along your route of flight that you could land at in case of an emergency or weather concerns. Military low altitude training routes. If there are any military, IR, or VR routes that are in your area of operations, put them here. Otherwise, put none. Hazards to flight. Put any hazards to your flight, such as terrain, towers, birds, etc. This field should always have something in it. In all the weather boxes, use the drop-downs to select the current or future weather conditions as appropriate. Special instructions, including risk mitigation procedures. If there are any special instructions, put them here. Otherwise, you can leave this field blank. Crew notes. Use this area for notes about the crew, such as assignments, personal equipment, etc. Otherwise, leave this field blank. And once again, always remember to click Update. Once you've filled in all your information, go back to the top of the page and select the link for Request Flight Release Officer. Once there, a list of flight release officers for your wing will show up. Select the one that you spoke with when planning your sortie. You have now completed an air sortie to go fly. Congratulations, and thanks for watching.